1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Yes, yes, yes. It's Raphie Dawkins Combat Radio. And let's have a look at the situation. Let's have a look at the situation. We've got the Ped. We've got the Toby Bartlett. He's not messing around, in early. We've got the Tommy Temper. We've got the Pablo Diablo. Ped's asking if it's hot date night. It's hot date night for me every night, my friend. Lovely, 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 lovely. We are situated. Let's make it official with the music. Okay, so trying to make not to have the music too loud, like I did last time. Started out a bit loud. Okay, so takes a few seconds for me to see your responses. What is the music level like? What is the music level like? It's definitely a bit of rubber dub. It's definitely a bit of rubber dubbing up in the building. Ed says it's good. Perfect level, says Tommy Temper. Rubber dub, says Pablo Diablo. Okay, right. Let me just refresh this page. Okay. Right. So, without further delay, mix and blend is perfection. Without further delay, we are going to go in for the traditional warm-up video. I think this mic must be super sensitive because right here I can barely hear the music. When I heard the playback of the last show, the darn thing was loud. So this mic is something else. It's crazy. It's crazy good. Okay. So I'm looking for the warming video. We're going to warm this thing up. Systems up. And as you know, I like to go retro. So you guys can see some of the handiwork. Oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm gonna have to start making a list of videos that I've played before, because this one is very funny. I know I say that very often. But this one is very, well, the title's funny. The title is very funny. I'm gonna have to start making a list of videos that I've shown before. I hope I haven't shown this one, but the title, this is crazy. Crazy. We'll see what I mean in a second. This is madness. Utter, complete, and utter madness. We have to get the master levels up high. Make sure everybody gets to hear it. Okay, I hope that's high enough. Don't ruin the balance with the music. Hope that's high enough. Okay, let me go into share. Let's share. Sharing is caring. Music's coming to a close at the perfect time also. I noticed that. Are we sharing? I'm sharing. Let's go full screen. Let us go full screen. Go on, work with me. Work with me. So now, what I have to do is onto the mic and play. Yes, yes, yes. It's Raphael Dawkins, Combat Radio. And today, we're talking about Andy Ruiz's statements. Now, Andy Ruiz has come out and said, I want to make history. This is my chance to make history. Anthony Joshua fights like a big robot. Now, let's get into it. Raphael Dawkins, Combat Radio. Let's go. The Californian-born 29-year-old has won 32 of his 33 professional bouts. His only loss being in his WBO heavyweight challenge to Joseph Parker. He lost that fight to the New Zealander in New Zealand. Some say it was a hometown decision. Well, let's get into it. Ruiz said, I got chills. I'm really excited for this fight. There's nervousness in me, but they're happy nerves. This is my chance to make history. I want to be one of those greats, like Julio Cesar Chavez, like Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield, Lennox Lewis. I want to be in that category. A lot of people underestimate me, and I'm used to that. My whole life, people underestimated me. So I'm just going in there to take it all. I'm not going in there scared. I'm not going in there nervous. I'm going to go in there mad and take what is mine. I think being so tall, he fights like a big robot. I think with my style, my speed, my movement, I don't think he's fought anybody like me. It's going to be a whole different ball game. All these guys that he's fought, they usually run around from him. I don't think he's good going back. I'm going to bring that pressure, the speed, and the combinations to him. When I do pull out this win, everything is going to change. It's going to mean everything. We have worked in this boxing gym all week. All week. And whomever is put in front of me at Madison Square Garden on June the 1st will be dispatched in style. The rent will be collected. Hearn said, in my opinion, this is a tougher test than Jarrell Miller. Andy punches harder and is much faster. This is going to be war. War, I tell you. Okay, so there you have Andy Ruiz's statements. He says, with my style, my speed, my movement, I don't think he's fought anybody like me. It's going to be a whole different ball game. So who has Anthony Joshua fought that is like Ruiz with his Mexican come forward movement, throwing hands all the time, never wanting to step back? Who has Joshua fought that is like this guy, Andy Ruiz Jr.? Does he have a snowball's chance in hell? Are people underestimating him just because he looks like a butterbean? Just because of the midriff? Does that mean he doesn't stand a chance? I don't know. He reckons he's going to come forward and put those hands on Joshua, and that Joshua will have no answer for his Mexican come forward style. But what about Joshua's jab? What about his lateral movement? Andy Ruiz, have you forgotten about the uppercut? Now, don't get me wrong. I like Andy Ruiz as a boxer. I love his style. That come forward, always throwing hands, that awkward style. I believe he will pose problems for Anthony Joshua. But I can't overlook the length. I can't overlook the jab. I can't overlook the right hook. I can't overlook the uppercut. It's going to be, but one thing I can agree with, it is going to be war. So let's see it. It's June the 1st, Madison Square Garden. Let's get it on. It's Raphie Dawkins. If you have not already subscribed, please do so. And like, comment, and don't forget to share. Now I'm out. Yes, yes, yes. Well, what a prediction. What a prediction. It was more of a war than I anticipated. Let's stop sharing. Let's get the levels back down. I just listened on my mobile to the playback at the start. This mic is super sensitive. It's ridiculous. You're hearing the music louder than I am. It is crazy. Where's the music? There it is, coming in. You guys hear it louder than me, I think. Okay, I think that's fine. I think that is fine. I think. Let me turn it up a tad, just a fraction. Yeah, I think that's fine. Okay, let me go into the chat. Where are we? Okay, we are here. We are here. Where are we? Okay. What are the numbers like? Okay, everybody on the count of 3. Everybody in the house who hasn't done so already, hit the like button. 1, 2, 3. Kapow. 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 Okay. Right. Let's get into the levels. Can you hear the music? Can you hear the music? Let's get into the first topic without delay. Okay. Toby Bartlett's done it. I'm sure Ped's done it. I'm sure Pablo's done it. I'm sure Tommy Temper's done it. Oh, Tommy Temper probably hit the dislike just for giggles. Just for giggles. Okay, you hear the music. All right, that's good. That's good. The mic is so sensitive, I have to keep it super, uber low. Okay. I must say, I had a very good time down at the gym today. It was one of them days where you're just flowing. You're just flowing super nicely. Everything flowed sweetly, nice and sweetly. Okay, so first topic. Tommy hits down for the rush. Look. He's changed it now. No, he hasn't even put it into a like. He just took the dislike off. Okay. Shady Gupta says fight KSI. Fight KSI. Okay, what's the purse? What's the purse, Shady Gupta? What is the purse? Okay, give him a few seconds to tabulate. A few seconds to tabulate. Okay. Yep, I know. Okay, going straight into the first topic. Let's start off nice and gently. Vladimir Klitschko rescued after his yacht catches fire. Let's share this one. Opening the camera up. Who the hell is that? Who the hell is that? Camera broadcasting. No. That's not what I wanted. Okay, get rid of that. Share application window. Boom. Okay, for those of you who have seen my video on the topic matter, this happened yesterday, and Vladimir and his family and family friends were on a boat, a yacht to be precise. Yacht out just outside of Mallorca, on the shores of Mallorca, when, where's the picture? That's no good. When he, where is the picture? Where's his Instagram? Tags, Vladimir. Okay, that's not a very good one. The other one I used had his Instagram tag on it. And in that, you saw the fire and rescue people kind of with foam all over the yacht. It's one of the things I don't like the idea of. Yachting in the dark. I don't like the idea of that. For those of you who remember some of the old movie stars, if you remember Natalie Wood, one or two of you will remember Natalie Wood. She was a film actress, and a very attractive one at that, if my memory serves me right. She was attractive to me at the time, certainly. She was on a boat with her film star actor, and there was some drinks involved, there was some partying involved, and there may have been some other substances, unreported substances. Long story short, she ended up overboard. She drowned. There was always suspicion that the hubby, I think his name was something Wagner, had given her a helping hand overboard, but nothing was ever substantiated. So for me, yachting in the dark seas is not something that I would prefer to do. Stop sharing. Get back into the chat. Who the is that guy? Yeah. Shady Gupta has retracted his message. Let's have a look at what he said. Oh dear. I think Conor McGregor is busy with his law team, Mr. Gupta. So I should fight McGregor, but I do believe that Mr. McGregor is busy fighting off dealing with legal matters. Once Mr. McGregor is finished with his legal matters over there, allegations of, impropriety with ladies, I think he's got a UFC bout in the making. And you never know, he may come back and fight, what's his name? TBE, the money team, Money Mayweather. Yeah, you don't have to get your on him anymore. Mr. Tommy Temper. He has disappeared into the ether. Oh gosh. Yachting in the dark sounds like a film, says Pablo Diablo. Hey, Boxing and Blunt says he was doing it tonight because he was scared Shannon Briggs was about. Oh dear. Yachting in the dark sounds like a film, says Pablo Diablo. Tommy Temper waves goodbye to Mr. Shady Gupta. It was nice having you with us, Mr. Gupta. Are you sure you guys can hear this music? Because it's low even for me. But so long as you guys can hear it, that's the main thing. I might switch back to my drums because I can have that louder, it seems. This one just seems to, it just soaks up the mic. As soon as you put it on level 1, it's loud for the mic, not for me. I might leave this though. I do like this. I do like this rhythm. Pablo Diablo. Hey, Blunt says, hey, Boxing and Blunt says, it sounds like what Tufts do for a buzz. Toby Bartlett comes up with a good one, an oldie but goodie. I got Robert Maxwell, Yachting in the Dark. My gosh, Robert Maxwell. Who remembers Robert Maxwell? The tycoon, the newspaper tycoon. Was a big hell of a rotund fella, tall and heavy set. Bit of a tyrant by all accounts. Loved to throw his weight around. Big Unit says BFTB called me a racist. What's this with all this racist accusations? What's this all this racist accusations? Yeah, Robert Maxwell went overboard. He was found floating out there somewhere. Was it in the Pacific or the Atlantic? It's probably some similar location to, actually, I think it was off the Spanish coast, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he was floating. Big Unit. Hey, Rafa, it's been a while. Yeah, it has been a while, my friend. It has been a while. You should come around more often. Big Unit says BFTB called me a racist. Were you there last night? Were you there last night, Big Unit? It was quite eventful. Don't even know if I'm going to go into it. Sounds good. Crank it up a bit and see how it goes. Okay, I'll take it up 1 notch. Let me take it up 1 notch. That's because I'm wearing... Oh, let me take it up 1 notch. Sounds good to me on this end with 1 notch up. My voice is louder than the tunes. Okay. Okay, I've turned it up a little bit. I've turned it up a little bit. Okay, I've turned it up twice though, so you'll have to do that again in 5 seconds to let me know it's still good. Don't want to blast everybody out. Yes, yes, yes. I said I could tell him why people don't like Wilder. I said Wilder is uncouth and sounds illiterate. Oh, man. Well, those are very accurate words. Those are very accurate words, but I don't think my friend, the good Mr. BFTB would be appreciative of that. Were you there last night? Did you see me on there last night? I was there last night. I was in the middle of, we were debating. It was going to be one of the best debates we've had when there was an incident, a very unfortunate incident. He blocked me, he blocked Big Unit and called him a racist. Damn. You have to walk a fine line over there. You have to play the game. You weren't on a call, you was just typing in, yeah? You have to call in and then you can have a proper debate. You can say what you like. No, you won't be able to watch my debate with him. As a matter of fact, let me go and check now. Because last time I checked, that particular episode was erased, or I don't think it was even. Let me go and check. Let me check. Let me check. Because the last time I checked, that episode was gone. Yeah, still gone. It was never uploaded. The episode was never uploaded. There was a very unfortunate incident over there last night where the FTB. No, you can't watch it back. It doesn't exist. The episode was about an hour and a half long. He did about three different sets that night. About an hour and a half, 2 hour and a half ones. Yeah, I did about 2 or 3 different sets of hour and a half. And the last hour and a half section that I was on, there was an incident over there where he got. Should I even say it? Should I even say it? Okay, I'm not going to mention any names. I'm not going to mention any names. If you don't know, if you never listened, if you weren't there, but he got hacked live. Actually, at the exact time when I was on, we were having our debate. It was going to be one of the best ones ever. I had him on the ropes at that specific time. He was on the ropes. It was going to be great. And then at that exact moment, he got hacked. He got hacked. Oh, you know. Oh, Tommy, you know. How did you find out? I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. Does everybody know? I didn't know that everybody knew. But yeah, he got hacked. And at the specific time, at the specific moment in our debate, man got hacked. And I don't know if he can't upload that episode or he won't upload it. I don't know what the problem is, but he never uploaded it. I was looking to play it back, record it, deliver it to you guys. But unfortunately, that's one. Maybe I should start recording immediately. Maybe I should do my own. Yeah, that's what I'm going to have to do in future. I'm going to have to record from my end as it happens in case something like that happens again. It's very unfortunate. Oh, Tommy Temper knows who it was. Okay. I'm not saying nothing. Fed's laughing like he knows who it was as well. Is it an open secret? It must be an open secret. It must have gone through the grapevine. Okay. So if such to be the case, then so be it. Well, if everybody knows, everybody knows. So be it. But yeah, it was very unfortunate. That tape, that is now like one of the Beatles' missing album. The masters have disappeared. We'll probably never see the day of light. My debate, probably one of my best debates with FTB, was just getting warmed up, and now it's lost. Never to see the day of light again. Never to see the day of light again. Okay. So we've done the first. I'm going to X this off. We've done the first topic. That was the light topic, warming us in. Okay. Are we going to do that second? Are we going to do that second? No, we're going to do this second. We're going to do this one second. Okay. Let me screen share. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. For those of you who watch the WBSB, whatever they call it, World Series of Boxing. For any of you who follow that, you will know that the finals, it's the cruiserweight. It's the cruiserweight thing this time around. And the finals will be between Breedis and Dorticos. They are through to the finals. And here we have the article with the updated information. 1 second. Let me see what's going on here. All right, cool. So, you got the article. The article says, the president of the World Boxing Council, Mauricio Suleiman, has revealed to ESPN Deportes that he plans to sanction the Marius Bradis versus Yonil Dorticos for the vacant WBC Cruiserweight title. Bradis versus Dorticos is the final bout of the World Boxing Super Series Cruiserweight tournament. Their bout will already have the International Boxing Federation, IBF, and the WBO organization belts at stake. But now, the WBC title, which was vacated by Alexander Usyk, was scheduled to be at stake when Bradis fought Krzysztof Golaski on June 15th in Latvia. But the WBC was unable to reach an agreement with the WBO WB Super Series on the selection of officials. The contest was very controversial. The referee was unaware of the timekeeper's bell at the end of the round and allowed the round to continue. We all know that. I've done the video. You've seen the video. If you haven't seen my video on it, go check it out. It explains all of that. Explains all of that. Oh yeah, Glowacki. Yeah, so that was supposed to be for the WBC belt, but because all of the mess up of the referee not hearing the bell at the end of the second round, I believe, and the illegal elbow, the reverse elbow, etc., etc., the WBC have decided that that fight was not worthy, or rather Bradis wasn't worthy on that effort to hold their belt. So as a result, Suleiman explained that Bradis made it clear his intention to fight for the belt, and now that he won the fight, they consider it important to give him the opportunity to go forward in his requested goal, his stated goal. These people can't write his requested goal, stated goal. There is no official word on where the cruiserweight final may take place. So, we don't know where it's going to take place yet, but we know it's for the IBF belt, the WBO belt, and now the WBC belt. Okay, so that's Bradis versus Dorticos. Let's get back into the chat, see what's happening. Let's see what's happening in the chat. No, Pablo. No, Pablo. You won't be able to see. You might be able to see, you'll be able to see big units encounter, but you won't be able to see mine. Okay, where are we? Baseline is savage and I can barely hear it. It's the mic. This mic is super sensitive. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculously sensitive. It's outrageous. Okay. Savage. The bass is savage. Hold on a second. Let me just hear it back on mine. Let me mute this mic for a second. Let me hear it back on mine. Mute the mic. Where's the mic? Yeah, that's acceptable. Those are acceptable levels. It is savage. It's very savage. It's crazy savage. Okay. Now, moving, yeah, in a good way, absolutely. Moving swiftly on. As you can see, people are elsewhere tonight. It's a Wednesday. It's a Wednesday. People are elsewhere, but we are moving on. We are cracking on. They can catch it on the replay. We're banging them out. Banging them out. What's the next topic? What am I going to go with? Okay. That's a good one. That's a good one. We've already done that one. Roach, if Pacquiao is offered. Okay, that's another good one. Trying to look. Okay, okay. I think we're going to go with that one. It's got the blueprint. Okay, that's a good one. Okay, yes. I know where I'm going. I know where we're going. We're getting the starter. We're getting the starter out of the way. Okay. Share the screen once again. Boom, boom. Okay, I believe I'm sharing. Am I sharing? Sharing is caring. Okay, so Khan is to fight Billy Dib. Yes, the Billy Dib on the 12th of July. Goyat got injured in a car accident. Okay, so where are we? Near Goyat. Neerji Goyat has withdrawn from his fight against Amir Khan. Promoter Bill Dusani told the Indian Express newspaper on Wednesday that Goyat was seriously injured. Seriously injured? Seriously injured in a car accident. That's not good. And cannot continue training for their upcoming welterweight fight. India's Goyat, 11-3, 2 KOs. 2 KOs, that's not good. Versus England's Khan, 33-5, 20 KOs. Is that what you call a mismatch? Is that what you call a mismatch? 11-3-2 with 2 KOs versus 33-5 with 20 KOs. Is that what you call a mismatch? I think so. I think that's a mismatch. They were scheduled to box on July the 12th at the King Abdullah Sports City Complex in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. We are very sad to inform you that our star Indian boxer, Neerja Goyat, who was preparing for this mega fight against Amir Khan, was injured in a car accident last night that caused him severe injuries on his head. Severe injuries. Severe injuries, that doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound good at all. On his head and face and left arm. Head, face, and left arm. That doesn't sound good at all. Dasanji told the Indian Express he's currently in the hospital and we wish him a speedy recovery. With all those serious injuries, I mean, damn. I wish him a serious recovery as well. We are in the process of looking for Neerji's replacement. Khan sent out a tweet on Wednesday that stated he'll instead fight Australian Billy Dib in Jeddah. The 33-year-old Dib, 45-5. That sounds good. 26 KOs. Most recently scored his first round KO of Thailand's Sarajit Tongmala. Dib met Tamala at the lightweight limit of 135. Khan and Goyat are scheduled to box at the welterweight limit, 12 pounds higher. So it's fighting a little guy. The weight limit for Khan Dib bout was not yet revealed. Yeah, Dib should drain him. Dib should make him drain weight. Make it a fair fight. What do you say? Should Dib drain Khan? That is the question. Okay. Khan accepted the bout, which would have matched the fighter of Pakistan descent against an Indian boxer, because it would have paid the former IBF WBA 140-pound champion a seven-figure purse. Seven-figure purse. What's that? That's at least 1 million. That's at least 1 million. Okay, so it is with great sadness that I announce to you that the Khan v Goliath fight is off. Stop sharing. Very, very unfortunate news. Toby Bartlett lost his internet. Are you still on that talk? Are you still on that talk toggle, Toby? You still got the talk toggle? The testing or lack thereof of Pacquiao v Thurman is on the list. It most certainly is on the list. Yeah, it is Tommy Temper. John Daly is in the building. Yes, John. It's a very quiet night tonight. It's a Wednesday night. I think people are elsewhere, but that's cool. We're still plowing through regardless. So, what was the last topic we just did? Let's X that off the list. X that off the list. There we go. We've covered Khan. Now, where's the article? No, we'll leave that. We'll leave that till later. Let's get to this or get to that. Roach. Okay. I can use this guy. Okay, well, we go with this one first. We'll go. No, we won't go with that one at all. That's too juicy. I have to save that one. That's too juicy. Okay, I'll go with this one. I like this one. I like this one. Okay. Let's share the screen. Are we screen sharing? No. Application window. Boom. Share. Pow. 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 Okay. So, Warren is open to making Fury versus Miller. Tommy Temper, you're going to like this one. I know you're a big Fury fan. You'll like this one. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. I don't know. Frank Warren, lead promoter for heavyweight contender Tyson Fury. As a matter of fact, where are you? Where is Tommy Temper? Where is Tommy Temper? Hold on a sec. Let me stop sharing for a second because we need a Tommy. We need a fan. Where are you? You saw that? Yeah, Tommy Temper. I'm gonna send you a link. Where are we? Where are we? Invite people. Boom. Actually, one of the few people who actually I can just type their name in and it goes through. Okay, we need Fury's representative to discuss this. You're one of the very few people who, when I type the name into this thing here on YouTube, it goes through. Boom. It goes through easy, just like that. It doesn't work for anybody else. It's madness. It's complete and utter madness how that works. Okay, folks. Everybody, as you come on in, smash that like button. So, Tommy Temper, are you with us?
I'm with you, Raph.
Oh wow, Tommy Temper comes in nice and clear and easy in the easy way to invite that doesn't normally work, but it works for Tommy. I think he's got an inside man at YouTube. Is that right, Tommy? You got an inside man? I think Tommy might be the inside man. Tommy might be the inside man. Okay, so without much further ado, I'm gonna share this thing for the people. Where is it? Where's it gone? Oh, where are you? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Yeah. Yeah. Share that. Share that. Boom. Application window. And boom. And share. Okay. So here we are. Here's the article. So Frank Warren, lead promoter for heavyweight contender Tyson Fury, has no issues with making a fight against Jarrell Big Baby Miller. Miller was ringside earlier this month when Fury made his Las Vegas debut with a 2-round destruction of the highly ranked WBO number 2, Tom Schwartz, number 2 at the time. Now, Fury is looking to fight again in the United States in September or October, possibly at Madison Square Garden, New York City. And Miller is a Brooklyn fighter. We can hear some feedback from your end, Tommy. Miller currently suspended after... Tommy?
Give me 1 second, Raph. I'm just changing headsets.
Okay. Miller is currently suspended after failing 3 pre-fight drug tests for a planned fight with Anthony, the landlord, Joshua. Suspension is going to expire in September, but there is a heavy doubt that Miller can get licensed in New York. And Fury. Can you kill that sound, Tommy?
Yeah, sorry, Raph.
And Miller and Fury will need where are we? There is heavy doubt that Miller can get licensed in New York, and Fury will need a concrete opponent for the promotional purposes. Because of the pre-fight banter, because of the pre-fight banter and Miller being a hometown guy, Warren is open to having him face Fury in New York. He says rival promoter Eddie Hearn, who promotes Joshua, has no room to complain about any potential bout with Fury and Miller, because he made a fight between Daniel Jacobs and Canelo Alvarez, citing the fact that the Mexican star had failed a drug test last year and served a 6-month suspension. Wow, really? So yeah, of course, Canelo is a proven drug cheat, yes, but would you compare what Canelo did with what Miller did? Really? Are the two things comparable? Seems slightly strange, slightly ridiculous on Warren's part. He says, yeah, so the objective is to build him up to fighting Deontay Wilder again. And their highly controversial first meeting, which obviously should have resulted in a victory for Tyson, says Warren. Hopefully we'll get him there. We'll get him in there with an American later this year. And I'm open to the prospect of Jarrell Miller being Tyson Fury's next opponent, Warren told Sky Sports. It's looking likely that we'll head to Madison Square Garden, blah, 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 blah. Okay, stop sharing. So, I don't know if you got the gist of that, Tommy.
I think I got most of it, yeah.
Yeah, the gist of it is that Warren is open to have Fury fight Miller in New York, Madison Square Garden. And he says that the fact that Miller failed the drug test is pretty much irrelevant, bearing in mind that Warren scheduled a bout or promoted a bout involving Canelo or Clenello, depending on your point of view. So my first point is clenbuterol is a charge for clenbuterol, a 6-month ban for clenbuterol, anywhere near an equivalent for GW1516, EPO, and human growth hormone.
Yeah.
6 months for that. 6 months for that cocktail. Does Warren have a strong point? Does he have a strong case?
No, he doesn't, because look, if you're getting busted with 3 different substances as opposed to 1,
Yeah.
you're 3 times as dirty. And the other thing that just occurred to me was, has Fury ever fought anybody on from what's Eddie Hearn's company called? Matchroom. Has he ever fought a Matchroom fighter?
Has he ever? Let me go into.
I don't think he has.
I don't think he has. I don't think he has. I've got box rec in front of me. I've got where is he? Oh,
well, hold on a minute. Who was the guy he knocked out with that dirty uppercut? What's his name? The shorter black guy. I can't remember.
Chisora?
No, he actually knocked this guy out.
Hold on. I know you talk. I can visualize
Steve
you
Cunningham,
talking.
was it?
Yeah. Steve Cunningham. Steve Cunningham.
Who's promoting him?
Steve Cunningham. I don't know. Who was promoting him? Let's go into the chat.
Yeah, let's
go into the chat. Who was Steve Cunningham's promoter? I don't think Miller is with. No, Miller's not with Matchroom. Yeah, Loma King in the building. John Dealey in the building. Get this smoke in the building. Everybody's turned up an hour late. What's going on? Better late than never. Better late than never.
Smack that like button.
Smack that like button on your way in. So what are they saying?
So is Miller
Aaron Mason in the building. Get this smoke. I can't believe this. Get this smokers poison.
Natural meds.
This is funny.
I wonder what that is.
Funny. I wonder what that is. This is funny. Hold on, Tommy. So your question was, what was your last question?
Well, it was just I went on the assumption that Miller was still with Matchroom.
Miller, no. Miller is no longer with Miller is no longer with Matchroom.
Who's he with? PBC?
He's with no, he's not with PBC. He's with
Arm?
Nope. He's with who's that short Jewish guy? Saluko or something like that. Saluko.
Oh, I never heard of him.
Yeah, a little short Jewish fella. Wears the little Jewish hat on his head. Natural meds. Yeah, Saluki.
No, I don't know this guy.
Yeah, little short. Do you remember when Mr. Gibbs Nescafe was over in New York? Eddie Hearn was in New York, and he was Mr. Gibbs went in to give Eddie Hearn that work. And he went in quite rude and he was quite aggressive towards Eddie Hearn. And Eddie Hearn had a couple of guys around him, and Eddie just slaughtered him.
That's not the water bottle incident you're talking about, is it?
No. This was the first time. This was the first time Eddie got rude.
I'm not sure I'm aware of that one.
Okay. I'm looking for natural meds here. Yeah. If you're not aware of that one, then you won't know who I'm talking about. But that the short Jewish fella.
Oh, okay. Well,
the short Jewish fellow was there, Saluki or something like that. Yeah.
Right.
And if you remember, Gerald Miller has complained before. He's complained about his promotional team taking money off him. He's got to pay this. He's got a bunch of promoters. Eddie's just one of like three of his promoters. Eddie's like one of 3.
So who are the other 2? Salika and who else?
And then he's with, if you remember that lady, I don't know if you remember the lady.
Kathy Duva?
No, if you remember the lady who, she's quite attractive. If you remember the lady who said that it was racist, that
I know who you're talking about. Yes.
Yeah, well, she's with that group. So there's that group. There's the short Jewish fella, and Eddie was the third guy. But that was, oh no, here he is. Here he is. Invitation pending. You'll be able to chat to unknown once your invitation has been accepted. Okay, so get this smoke. The invitation has been sent to you. You need to accept the invitation. I hope you're not still on your iPhone, because you're gonna need a laptop or a computer to get this. So if you're still on your iPhone, it's not gonna work, my friend. But it has been sent to you. It said it's pending upon your acceptance. The invitation has been sent. Okay.
Why doesn't it work on an iPhone?
I don't know. They use a different platform, don't they?
Oh, okay.
They use a different thing. They've got their own I think platform. So the question 16, watching. Oh, the numbers are going up now. Numbers are going up to normal. Okay. So guys, level up with the numbers, please. Moderators, remind people to level up with the numbers. The numbers aren't matching. The likes don't match the amount of people in here. Kindly remind them, please. Right, so yeah, Warren saying there's no problem. There's no problem fighting Miller. Canelo cheated. Canelo cheated, not treated. Treated himself, yeah. Treated himself to some special professional sportsman candy. But he treated himself to that, but he cheated. But while you ponder your answer, well, what's the question? The question is, I guess the general question is, the overall question is Miller versus Fury and your overall thoughts on that. But first, hold that thought. But first, let me go into the chat. All right. Pac Thurman has USADA. Interesting. That's interesting, John Dealey. We'll discuss that shortly, because as far as being reported, I haven't seen anything reported about USADA. Pac Thurman have the Nevada State Athletic Commission. That is what I've seen reported. I haven't seen anything about USADA, but we're going to chop that up in a second. Toby Bartlett, yeah, it's talk here, but I don't know. Toby Bartlett says Raphie is skanking tonight. I am definitely skanking tonight. There is no two ways about it. I am skanking tonight. I was skanking on Monday night also, John Dealey. USADA is weak. Well, I'm going to have to find that USADA link. I have to see that for myself. I ain't seen nothing about USADA. I've seen the New York Athletic State Commission, NSAC. NSYNC.
That's a band.
Yeah, NSYNC, the band, NSAC. Oh, you know it's a band, Tommy.
I'm not completely out of touch.
Tommy said that's my favorite band. Oh man. Ped is asking all kinds of impertinent questions. Yes, Raph, you smoking? Of course I'm smoking hot, my friend. Smoking hot. Oh man. Ped says he can smell it. No, that's the smell of greatness, Ped. That's the smell of greatness.
No, Ped, that'll be my Andrew smelling.
Oh man. This Fury guy, says Loma. Loma, where's your crew? Loma King, where is your crew, my friend? Where is the H man? Where is the H man? Get this smoke. Let me have a look at the progress. No, still says invitation pending. Invitation pending. Let's go to new conversation. Let's put him in again. Let's paste him in again. And let's go boom. No. No. Invitation still pending. AOBZ. Cunningham had an American promoter. Okay, yeah. John Dealey, I think Cunningham was with Main. Yeah, that makes sense. Main events. OBZ. Or OBZ. Yeah, that's what I thought too. Okay. Salita. Yeah, that's the name of the short Jewish guy that is often seen with Miller. He's one of his promoters. Loma King, I think Cunningham was with Don King when he fought Tyson Fury. He may very well have been. That rings a bell. Either main events or Don King. Khan knocked him out. Khan knocked out. Yeah, well, Salita was a fighter. He got KO'd by Khan. That's right. That is correct. Little Jewish man. Was he a fighter? Yeah, the little Jewish man was a fighter. Got knocked out by Khan. Was in better shape back then, admittedly. He was with Cohen too. Yeah. There's a bunch of them. Ped says, be careful handing out these links. That's how BFTB would have been hacked. Getting his IP address. Once connected together. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Pretty sure that's what happened. Yeah, it's one of those very unfortunate. Smack that like button. Okay, Tommy Temper, give me your views on the potential of Fury v. Miller. What are your thoughts? What are your feelings? How you feeling?
Yeah, the thing is, if Miller's been on Peds for a long time, he's not going to come back looking the same. Especially from the endurance side, because he's a big guy. So I reckon his next fight, he's going to look like his gas tank's probably half of what it used to be, or thereabouts.
Well, his next fight might be, against your man Fury.
That's the wrong fight for someone who's coming off endurance Peds.
Yeah.
Because Fury's just going to take him into deep water and then just hammer him.
Well, I mean, that's what one would think. Unknown. Still, Get This Smoke still hasn't figured out how to click the accept button from the invite. Still hasn't done it. Let's close that up then. Okay, so, oh yeah. What was I just saying? I see what you mean about the links. I was talking about, I just said it to the man there, Get This Smoke. Oh yeah, so, yeah, I mean, what can one expect? I mean, the thing is, though, Miller is a very experienced fighter. And we don't know how much of his endurance was down to performance enhancers. We don't know how much of Miller's performances are Miller, and we don't know how much of them are chemically assisted.
Okay, but let me ask you a question. If you ask anybody in the history of boxing, anyone who's around about that weight, has anybody shown better endurance? Probably not when you think about it.
That kind of weight. Kind of
300-pound guy.
Well, he's the heaviest. He's got to be the heaviest top heavyweight. He's got to be the heaviest heavyweight in the top.
At the minute, yeah.
Top 15 at the minute. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be. I mean, who comes close? Ruiz, 268.
Yeah.
Ruiz at 268 pounds, still good 30, probably 30 odd. Still a good 30 odd pound off, 34 pounds off the Miller mark. And how tall is Ruiz? He's about 6 foot. And he's about 6 foot. And Miller is 6'4"? Yeah, Miller's 6'4". He's a big boy.
He's wide as well.
He's wide as well. He's 6'4", so that's taller than most people. And also wide. He's a big lump. Miller is.
But if you look at his muscles, muscles look bloated. And I've taken creatine in the past, and I've taken too much of it just to see what it would do and how it would look. And you end up getting bloated, and you lose that sharpness about your muscles.
Yeah.
And he's got that look all over him.
Yes, there is certainly no sharpness on the body, but then you have to also acknowledge he's fat, so there's not going to be sharpness on him because he's fat. You know what I'm saying? He's got muscle, but he's got fat as well.
Yeah.
So there's no way you're going to see sharpness on a fat guy, even if he has muscle. You're going to see bloating.
Yeah, he's carrying so much water in those muscles.
Yeah, for real. What is Pablo Diablo is saying? I'll catch you next time, bro. I'm up at 5 a.m. and need to go make some scran. I hear that, my friend. I hear that. Peace out, Pablo Diablo. Yes. What did you just say, Tommy?
Yeah, basically that his muscles look like he's juiced to the gills. Or if not juiced, he looks like he's taken a lot of shit.
What
the water retention, he just looks bloated, very, very bloated.
Yeah, I don't think he looks like he's taking a lot of shit. Well, shizzle. I don't think he looks that way. I think he looks fat with muscle. He looks fat with muscle.
Yeah, but even when he's lean, his muscles don't look.
They don't pop. They don't pop. Yeah, I hear that. What was that comment? Who's?
What did he say?
Mr. Dan. Mr. Dan, name folder says fight Logan Paul. Yeah, I mean I'd be very happy to do that. So we're gonna say goodbye to you. It's been nice knowing you. Mr. Dank. So that's the second person.
To get kicked.
But no, it seems like it's probably the same person though, because it's the same.
Oh yeah. He's saying the same stuff.
It's the same, saying the same stuff. Very, very peculiar. Very peculiar. Yeah, you tell him, Pet. You tell him. So, John Dealey, he's a long-term PED user. Yeah, well, I think that's a fair assessment because we know he was using because he got busted in his kickboxing days. So, and that was a good few years ago. So now he's got busted again. So on the balance of probability, then yeah, hell yeah. It is highly likely. Who's this? KRO. Most of them are on shizzle. Even if they don't get caught, they don't want to get on PED, sorry, when they know the competition most likely is boom. Yeah, you told me about this gynastia removal scars, but I forgot to look. I will take a little look at some point. Should we take a look now? This is a computer before me, so why not use it? Jarrell Big Baby Miller. Okay, let's go to images. You see that? Oh, I'm not sharing. Let's share. Boom, 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 boom. He looks scar-free there. He looks scar-free in that one. You can go through a few pics. Can you see that?
Do you notice the way in that picture he's not really carrying that much weight around his midsection? You can see the fat on his shoulders and
Well, that's muscle, isn't it? On his shoulders. Yeah. That's the traps. Oh. But yeah, he's still carrying fat. There's no doubt about it. Let's look at this one here. Oh, that's a small picture. That's no good. Can't see no scar there. Can't see a scar.
Is my mic working, Ruff?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool.
There might be something there, but the picture gets clipped. Might be something there. Maybe. Because that's a close-up. Yeah, maybe.
That could be just shadow, though.
Yeah. It's not definitive. It's not not definitive. Can't spot it, John. I cannot spot it. Not to say it hasn't been done, but I can't spot it. But I'll keep the stream running for the visibility. Good man of the show. Laters Raphie. Thank you, Pablo Diablo. Thank you, Pablo Diablo. Where are we? So great.
You don't like the night mode, Raph, on YouTube?
Sorry?
You don't like the night mode?
No, I've never. Let me stop sharing this game. I've never really. I don't like it. I like the light. I like the light mode rather than the dark mode. I much prefer the light mode.
Okay.
Yeah, I think everybody likes. I'd imagine a lot of people, you know, when the dark mode came out, they would hop on it, but it's never really appealed to me too much. Never really appealed to me too much at all. Okay, so back into the chat. Google Larry Obalamoamo before and after pets. That's how Big Baby gonna look. Well, let's take the challenge. Let's take the challenge and do that, Google. Copy. Let's do the challenge. Larry Obalamoamo. That's how he looks there. When does he look bad? Okay, let me show the people how he looked. Boom. That's a picture of him. Oh, I'm not even sharing. Not even sharing. Let's share. That's not fair. Share. Boom. All these tiny pictures. I hate those tiny pictures. Why the hell is his shorts up so high? Look at him. Just under his nipple. That's ridiculous. Okay. Okay, yeah. Tall. Good shape. Okay. Big lad. I'm gonna have to Google it after pets now, aren't I? I still haven't found one good picture of him. What the hell's Chisora doing there? That Chisora? Looks like Chisora to me. Okay, after pets. Yeah, didn't think I'd get anything. Didn't think I'd get any results. Oh, maybe this is what you mean. Oh, tiny picture. Ridiculous. Damn, getting a paste in there. What the hell is that? Looks like Ninja Man. Okay, interesting experimente. Okay, let's come out of that. Boom. Yeah. So, back to Miller before we move on. Have we got your overall? Did we get your overall review on the fight? How do you feel about Miller? How do you feel about Fury fighting him?
I don't really see him as a threat. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
He doesn't really. I mean, he's a good volume puncher when he's on the pads, but he's not going to be on the pads anymore. So he's going to look like an older fighter, I think, or he's going to look himself that we're not used to seeing. He doesn't have the one bang. There's nothing really I see Miller doing that's really going to worry me. If anything, I'm actually going to put a bet on this fight.
I have emailed picture to Tommy, which shows them. John Dealey says. John Dealey's emailed a picture to you, which shows the scars. Red Cliff, Thurman and Pack released strength and conditioning videos this week. And the streets talking sway the odds makers. Yeah, I think it could. The streets can sway the odds makers. Who knows what chemistry is going on with these guys? Yeah, indeed. I think HGH for a start is untestable. No, HGH used to be HGH. HGH used to be untestable, but now they can detect it somewhat.
I've sent you the picture, Raph. It's in the Hangout.
It's in the Hangout. Okay, so if I open that, oh. Oh, you mean? Oh, you mean underneath? Sorry. Yeah, the underneath. It's underneath. Yeah, underneath. So it's not around the scars. The two little scars are not. They're more on the rib cage, aren't they? Can you see them? You can't see them, can you?
I'm looking at them now.
It's like on the rib cage rather than the nipple themselves.
Yeah, it's like at the top of your abs.
Yeah,
where your abs meet your chest.
Yeah, it's around that area. It's around that area. Yeah, I can see. I've noticed one scar. Now I can see two. I guess that's where they go in. I didn't know they were going. I thought they would have gone in closer to the nipple. Or they'd have gone in closer to the nipple, but evidently not. Evidently.
Or maybe that's his implant scars.
Implant. Implant. Yeah. Yeah. So my philosophy on the Miller thing. I don't think Miller poses too much of a threat for Fury. Fury keeps him at long range. Could, if Miller was on his special cocktail, would he be a more dangerous proposition for
Yes,
Fury?
He would.
What would he pose? What problems would he pose Fury if he was on his special mix?
Well, if you can keep coming at someone and you're on something that makes your endurance better, then you can grind them down to the point where you can take advantage of that.
Yes. I would have to concur.
And that's what Miller really does. He grinds people down, and
it's a grinder.
Yeah,
it's a grinder.
He does. No, don't get me wrong. He does have a decent punch, but he's better at throwing body punches than throwing punches at his own head level, in my opinion.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Who did he knock out? Thomas Adamek.
Yeah.
I think did he finish him with a body shot?
I can't remember. Did I watch that fight? I've never been a fan. I've never been a tremendous fan of Miller. The only time I watched Miller was for research purposes. Adamek. I've seen him grind some people down, but he's never been a favorite of mine. And I only watched him so I could say, okay, that's his style. Watched a couple of fights of his. Can't remember who he's. Oh, I watched as a guy Door something. One of his last ones. I think one of his very last ones before he got banned. Shaven, bald-headed guy with a bit of a brown beard-ish type of look.
I haven't watched it.
Yeah. I just watched him grind the guy down. You know. Yeah. So Miller on his special cocktail is a problem for anybody, because he just keeps on coming. He's a threat. He's a threat for anybody, because he just keeps on marching forward with his marching powder. You know, he's a problem. he's a problem for anybody. Without his special cocktail, without his special pre-fight cocktail, I don't know.
I think he's going to look like Popeye without his spinach.
Well, the thing is that he's a big lad anyway, so he must have presumably had some athletic ability anyway to get in the sport? Because presumably he didn't come in the sport already loaded.
Well, at the end of the day, that's an assumption because we don't know. I'm going to go on the assumption that he's always been on endurance boosters.
So you reckon even before he got into combat sports, he was on boosting substances?
Yeah, for his endurance. Yeah, I think.
Well, that's very interesting. I mean, my view is that people normally get into sport unassisted, and that somewhere along the way they opt to become assisted. But initially, when you start out as a kid, a teenager or whatever, and you're kickboxing, I presume you started out in kickboxing, presumably he was unassisted at that stage.
Yeah, at some point he would have been, but at some point he jumped on the peds. The last big boxer I remember watching who I actually thought had very good endurance, but he didn't have the same sort of output that Miller had, was Nikolai Valiev. He was best part of 7 foot tall, or was he taller than 7 foot? I can't remember. I think he might.
Oh yeah, that guy was a crazy looking forehead.
Yeah. He looked like a baddie out of a kids movie, didn't he? Yeah, he had very good endurance, but he didn't throw a lot of punches. But when he threw punches, he didn't look tired.
Wasn't he a slow puncher? If my memory serves me right? Cumbersome?
He became slow, but see, when he was at his peak, he was very dangerous, and he had speed. Not a lot of speed, but he had decent speed for a big guy. He knocked out Monty Barrett when Monty Barrett was at his best, so to speak.
Valiev. Yeah, big Valiev. Did Valiev ever pop dirty to you?
No,
to your
no, not that I know of. But he had to retire because he had some sort of bone disease.
Yeah, I would imagine
his joints.
I would imagine he'd have had a thyroid problem as well. That made him grow so much potentially.
Probably produced too much growth hormone.
Yeah. Especially with the brow. That's a symptom. That's a symptom of too much growth hormone. The protruding brow. Although I don't know, it could have been a genetic thing. Maybe his dad looked the same way. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. So where are we now? Okay, so we've exhausted that one. We've covered that one. Let's get that one off the list. What time is it? What is this topic here? Okay, so that one's off the list, done and dusted. So our final thoughts on that one is that, well, do you want to see the fight?
Yeah, I'm intrigued.
You would like to see Fury versus Miller?
Yeah, because it's interesting because we want to see what Miller looks like now that he's supposedly off the peds.
Yes, that's a good point.
Yeah.
That is a good point. I would like to see Miller now that he is supposedly off the peds. Yeah, that would be interesting for that alone.
Plus, he is an American and he's undefeated. And having that fight in America is obviously going to boost Fury's profile.
That would be a good fight in terms of boosting profile because the fight will get a lot of notoriety in terms of in the press. It will garner a lot of attention in the press. This is the guy who failed his drug test and now is coming back. That as far as marketing concerned.
Yes.
As far as marketing is concerned, that would be actually a brilliant move. There'd be a lot of column inches. There'd be a lot of discussion about the morality or lack thereof of the choice, because he is this guy who's on a cocktail of drugs and he's come back after only 6 months. In terms of notoriety, in fact, that's probably the best pick. I don't think he's going to fight him because I think he's going to want another cherry. The question is, does he want another cherry?
Who, Fury?
Yeah.
No, I don't think he does. And I don't even think it's a case of what he wants. It's would this be his second fight into his contract?
Second, yeah.
Okay. If you remember, it was about maybe a month ago or so, and you were talking about Top Rank's contract with Fury, the 5 fights.
Yes.
I predicted that Fury's 3rd and his 5th fight would be big fights, and every other fight would be a cherry.
3rd and 5th. 3rd and 5th is what you said?
Yeah.
But what about the 4th?
Well, if you have a big fight, obviously, it's like when Wilder and Fury fought, they both had a little cherry after that fight.
So it's 3rd and 5th, but this is only 2nd. So is this not a big fight?
I don't think it's going to be a big fight in notoriety, but is it going to be a big fight in terms of 2 guys that are well matched? No, I don't think so.
So Miller was top 10 before the incident. So prior to the incident, it would have been a big fight. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, before he popped anyway.
Yeah, before he popped. But now it's a not so big a fight. Okay. My position on it is that, now I think about it, it would be a good choice for Fury. It'd be a good choice for Fury, not on moral grounds. On moral grounds, Miller should be out for at least a year. I say 6 months for each substance. So really should be out for a year and a half. But, money talks. It's like I said, when originally people were saying he's going to be out for 2 years, I said, no, he'll be back in the blink of an eye, because it's a financial thing.
Plus he's missed out on what, 7 or 8 million?
He's missed out on 7 or 8 million. But I mean, for the promoters, it's a money thing. They want to make money.
Of course, they've missed out as well.
Yeah, they've missed out as well. You know what I'm saying? The promoters want to make money. Frank Warren sees this guy, says he's a big name, he's a big lump. We could make some money off this guy. Let's get him in. I don't care what you did. He just said, I don't care what you did. And nobody else can. And Hearn can't talk because he had Canelo on. He promoted Canelo after his 6 months ban was over. I think it's a disingenuous argument, but money talks. And I always knew that I think I said in one of the chats, I'm sure I said in one of these things, that he'll be back very quicker than people expected. And the people were in uproar. I said, no, Raphie, impossible. He's out for 2 years minimum, this, that, and the other. I said, no, he'll be back in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. 2 shakes of a lamb's tail.
So does that mean that Miller is on the WBC path?
Miller, WBC. I think he'll go wherever they'll take him. I think he'll keep his options open. I don't think he can really pick and choose.
No, what I meant by that is if he beats Fury, does he get the WBC and the WBO rankings? Which belt is he going after?
The WBO. Oh, because I think someone told me Tyson's confirmed as the WBO Intercontinental champ.
Yeah, but what's that? That means nothing.
Well, it means something because if he goes for a championship, he can use his leverage for a championship fight. I am the WBO Intercontinental champ, you big dosser. You're big dosser. And don't forget, I'm also lineal.
What is Intercontinental anyway? Is that the Americas?
Intercontinental. That's a good one. I don't know. I'll have to pull out my map of the world to find out the Intercontinental. Well, who did he beat? He can't be the Americans. Is it because he beat Schwartz?
Exactly.
Schwartz, the German. Intercontinental. I thought it was more of a European thing. I don't know. Continent. Intercontinent. Let's break it down. Intercontinent means many continents, not just Europe then. Intercontinental. Yeah, I guess it means whatever you want it to mean, doesn't it? I guess it means whatever you want it to mean. I'll have to look up the definition.
I reckon John Daly knows the answer, but he's not sharing.
John Daly. I'm out, Raphie. Early start tomorrow. Keep up the grind. Yes, John Daly. Good to see you. Good to see you. Come on in, my good friend. Hopefully we catch you on Friday. John also said, I can't condone making money off a cheat like this. I think Fury sinks lower than Schwartz by fighting Miller. That's an interesting view. Like I said, from a moral standpoint, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but hold on a minute. You can't really say that because it's not as if Fury hasn't popped. You know what I mean? So he can't exactly take the moral high ground.
That is a brilliant argument. That is a brilliant argument. So you're basically saying it's drug cheat versus drug cheat.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
That's basically what you're saying, isn't it? Well, you can't be saying anything else. It's drug cheat versus drug cheat.
Yep. Yeah, I suppose it is.
Tommy didn't want to go so hard on his boy. Tommy didn't want to go so hard on his boy. But
I'll agree with the words, but I won't repeat them.
Those words shall not leave Tommy's lips. No way, no how. Ped says corruption. Brow like Sasquatch, says Ped. I think he's been injured to the. I think he's been juiced to the injured. Where did I get injured from juiced? I think he's been juiced to the gills since a young age. The Jimmy trains are full of bodybuilders in New York. Roofs are rife. A lot of bodybuilders say kids are straight on the roids. Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that in America, kids are getting, boys are getting on the roids in their teens.
Oh, that's a mistake.
That's a bad mistake. That's a bad mistake. You're knocking about your own testosterone production. You are messing you don't mess around with your own testosterone production. That's foolish. Ped knows Rich Piana. I think Rich Piana was on them since from the age of 15. In fact, now that my skills are getting up there, let's bring up. I bet you've never seen Rich Piana, have you, Tommy?
Oh yeah, I know Rich Piana.
Oh, you know Rich Piana as well?
Yeah. Well, I know. I've seen him. He's admitted he's been on juice for a long time.
You know he's dead, don't you?
Oh, of course I know he's dead.
Okay, you seem like you're talking about him in the present tense.
No, I shouldn't have done that. No, I know he's dead. Yeah.
Let me share.
Said.
Yeah. For real. No bargain, no deal. Let me share Rich Piana for those who never saw him. What?
Did you ever watch that documentary about steroids called Bigger, Faster, Stronger?
Oh, hell yeah.
What was the name of the little guy with the arms? That messed up one of his arms.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. You're talking about, Italian, New York Italian.
Yeah.
You momos, all these momos talking about this, talking about that. As soon as you asked me his name flew out right up. And I know the guy. I've actually chatted to him in certain chats.
He got busted for selling steroids.
Yeah, well, he's a big steroid seller back in the day. Let me come out of this. Somebody in the chat might know who we're talking about. What's the short, Ped, you should know. You should know the short American
Vince something or other.
New York. No, it's not Vince. It's New York guy. No, it's not Vince Valentino. But hold on. Is Greg? Hold on, not Greg Valentino. I think he is Valentino.
I think his surname's Valentino, maybe.
I think he is Valentino. I just dismissed it. I thought you were talking about Vince Gironda.
I got the first name wrong.
There's a guy called Vince Gironda. Well, no more.
I'll find him.
He's an old bodybuilder, Vince Gironda, but that's not it. Greg Valentino. It's not Greg. It's something Valentino. Valentino. What's his name? Bodybuilder. Say the man. Greg. Is he Greg? Am I right? Is he Greg Valentino? Might be Greg Valentino for real. And this is Rich Piana for those who never saw him. Been juicing.
Yeah, it's Greg Valentino, yeah.
Greg Valentino. It's funny, I never think of him as a Greg. He doesn't look like a Greg.
No, he doesn't, does he?
He doesn't look like a Greg. I'd never say his name was Greg. I've never even thought of him as a Greg. Even though I know him, I used to. I've never been into steroids, but I've obviously been, obviously, I don't know about obviously, but I've always been into sports, and a part of sports is lifting weights. I've never lifted weights to look like a bodybuilder, but I've used weights as part of my training regimen for a long time. But primarily it's more calisthenics. I'm a mixed trainer, do a little mixed work. I don't train to bloat the muscle and take protein shakes to get all bloated. I'm not really into the protein shake thing. I don't really believe in protein shakes as such. Although ironically, I do take a scoop. You're supposed to take 2 scoops for 30 grams of protein. I take 1 scoop of protein, so that's what, 12 grams.
Do you have it with milk?
I have it. I don't believe in drinking the protein powder. I believe in eating it. So I put it in my porridge.
Oh, okay.
So it's a slower absorption into the body. When people drink it down, I think the possibility of it just not absorbing properly is high. I think you're only absorbing a certain amount. So my belief is half the recommended amount in food. I think then the possibility of you absorbing it is increased, highly increased. Greg Valentino. Yeah, this guy here is on the juice since the age of 15. So you know that your testes, please, baby, please, your testes, the testes are not working. The testes are not working. He was a hell of a character, though. I saw him next to a friend of mine who is a bodybuilder. Well, somewhat of a bodybuilder. He just trains to look good. And he's quite big because he's never admitted it to me that he juices, but I think it's very clear that he does juice. And there's a picture of them standing next to each other. And my friend, he's a big lad, good size, meaty but more athletic with it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And this guy's arms made his arms look small. I've never met this guy. I've never met him, but the fact that he made my friend's arms look small, my friend is in no way small, it showed me how much of a monster he actually was. He must have been a real monster. But you know that he had synthetic implants as well.
Who? Rich Piana?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
All that's not muscle. What was the procedure called? There's a procedure down in Mexico. You fly down to Mexico, and they have this thing that I've forgotten. I'm out of the loop with this thing. I used to be big on reading up on this stuff. And
did they put it under the muscle?
They put it under the skin, over the muscle.
Over the muscle. Okay.
And it's thin enough that you can still see definition through it. You see what I'm saying? It's like a coating. Yeah. It's almost like a plastic coating.
That's insane.
Well, the thing is, you can never take it out. You can never
once you've had it, you're stuck with it.
Once you've had it, you're stuck with it. It meshes, someone meshes into the muscle. Obviously, it can't be good for the muscle.
What is it made of?
It's part of it is bovine cartilage is an ingredient. One of the ingredients.
Was it from cows?
Yeah. Bovine. Yeah, for real. Bovine cartilage. So, you know, a lot of that stuff there, because he never had the greatest biceps. So he'd like stuff it in various places. He definitely had it in his chest. Yeah, there's some videos of him training and his muscles don't seem to move. His muscles didn't seem to move. Look at the size. Look at the size of the guy. And to think he could never come off steroids. And his forearms always look weird. Forearms always like that piece there. It's like, what is that? That's like the stuff that they've coated on top, but it doesn't sit right.
No, it doesn't look right, does it?
It doesn't sit right at all. Look at that there. It doesn't sit right. That's not normal. That there. It's not normal at all. Smash that like button, folks. Smash it. It's supposed to be talking about boxing, but we end up talking about Rich Piana. Did you hear about his missus here? This woman, do you know her?
I heard some rumor, but I don't know if it's true or not.
What was the rumor you heard?
Was it either she was cheating or she was part of the conspiracy? It was a conspiracy theory anyway.
Yeah, there's conspiracy theories. Well, there's a. Let me see if we've lost everybody, because we're off topic. We are way off topic. No, we don't appear to have lost anybody. We don't appear to have lost anybody. Vinny. What was the name? Greg Valentino. Greg Valentino is what we just mentioned. Greg Valentino, yeah. Well, Sara. Can I talk about Sara? Shall I talk about Sara? I'll talk about Sara. Sara, the ice queen, they called her. Sara, the Ice Queen. She came from, where was it? She was Norlandic, Scandinavian. She came from a Scandinavian country, and so they hooked up. He was in his 40s. She was in her early 20s, I think. Let's go back and share some Sara. Where are we? Let's go look for Sara again. Sara. So the thing is, he was doing Bigger by the Day. Did you watch his Bigger by the Day series? Have we lost Tommy? No, Tommy's still.
No, I didn't. But I know someone who mocks it.
Okay, mocks it. Okay, so Bigger. Where? Oh, here we are. That's what I'm looking for. So Bigger by the Day. Bigger by the Day was his series where basically, oh, there's Sara. Bigger by the Day was his series where he told you his let's say supplements. He told you his supplement stacks. He even showed them. On camera. Basically every day, almost every day, he'd wake up and the camera would be there, filming already. He'd show you all the drugs he took in the morning, all his supplements, let's say supplements he took in the morning, including the injectables. And he showed you his food. He'd kind of mix up a shake. He'd put about 2 jug full of Rice Krispies or Frosties. He'd load up it with his protein, his own brand of protein, and then a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, and that would be a shake. That'd be like, it looked like a damn gallon jug, and he just sucked that down. Then he'd show you you see this jug here? That was another one of his there you go. He's advertising another thing to replenish the muscles, keep him hydrated, and do this and do that and do the other. And then where's Sara gone? I like looking at where's Sara gone? I've lost Sara. No, I can get her back. Where's she gone? That was a good picture. That was a good picture of her. The Ice Queen. Sara. And is that Sara? No, that's Chanel. That was his girlfriend before. You can see that I used to listen to this guy. I used to watch this guy. That was his previous girl. Before Sara. But I want to find Sara again because the story is about Sara. Oh, there's Sara. There is Sara, the Icelandic chick. Yeah, Iceland. That's where she came from. She came from Iceland. Who's that? No, that's Chanel. Anyway, so they got married. He split up with Chanel. And then got with Sara, the Icelandic chick. But then, before you knew it, there she is. Before you knew it, I didn't think she was pretty, personally. Before you knew it, they got married. And you could see he's in his 40s, she's in her 20s. You knew what it was about. It was clear what it was about. It didn't seem like common sense told you it wasn't a love thing. It was maybe a green card thing, allegedly. Allegedly a green card thing.
Maybe she was just very skilled.
Well, I mean, if she thinks she looks good, if a girl thinks she looks good, then maybe she's not as skilled as one might imagine, or maybe she was. So it can go either way, you know what I'm saying? They could feel too good to be good, if you understand what I'm saying. So he married her, and they would be doing their videos in the car and whatnot, and yeah, everything's all good, but every now and then the cracks would show, and then come towards the end, I don't know how many months they were together, towards the end, let's say it was 6 months, towards the end you could see he was getting kind of ratty, but trying to smile through it, and then sometimes she'd look withdrawn, and then sometimes he'd pull out a big bank fold, and then after he passed away, he'd left, they'd split up, and he'd gone back with Chanel, the other girl, and then this audio tape. Sara was getting a lot of flack that because he apparently fell and hit his head and that's how he died. Whereas the alternative story was that somebody else let it slip out that he was actually not just big on the supplements, but he was big on the other type of substances. And it started to slowly emerge, uppers and downers and what have you. And he was big on it.
What was he on more than just the Tony Montana?
I don't even think it was the Tony Montana. I don't even think it was that. It was more your it was more your it was more your prescribed drugs, like Oxycontins over America.
Vicodin and stuff like that.
Yes. It was those kind of drugs that have a actual purpose that are misused. So it was misusing certain prescription drugs, to use them as uppers and downers. So that's what he was doing. It started to leak out, and then it started to gain traction, and certain people in his inner circle started to not deny it, and then certain people in his circle started to clearly say, yep, I tried to warn him. And then one guy who was a friend of his, and then they fell out, and then they kind of patched it up. I'm not going to mention his name. Well, I'll say it. Boston Lloyd said he even asked me if he could buy some of him. So that kind of confirms it, because Boston Lloyd is a brutally honest bodybuilder. He shows you doing all kinds of things, taking his medicine. So he's a brutally honest guy. So when he said it, and plus there's another guy called Mac Truck who punched him in the face at an expo when he was flexing on him. It's a different story. He kind of confirmed it. So then we realized that, he just basically, and then to conclude it, sometime after he passed away, a video was leaked, and clearly there was only 2 people in the hotel room, and the video came from the hotel room, and she was talking. So obviously she was filming him when he was out of his mind on some downers, I guess. He was on some downers because he was just slurring his words. Whatever he was taking had a heroin-like effect, because he was just walking slowly. He was bent over trying to dry himself.
Sedated,
Yes, but the thing is that story, the timestamp of that story is that he was supposed to be downstairs. He wasn't supposed to be upstairs in the hotel. He was supposed to be having a business meeting. This is an English guy from Birmingham as well. I forgot his name. John Dealey would know. He's now the face of the guy's nutrition company. So he was supposed to be downstairs doing a business deal. There's Sarah again. He was supposed to be doing a business deal downstairs, where in the meantime, he was upstairs and being filmed by Sarah out of it in whatever drug he was on. It was like a downer. It was like, and he was supposed to be, he had a towel around him, and he was supposed to be drying himself off. And at some point, he dropped the towel on the bed, and then he started pulling the sheet, trying to dry himself with the sheet, thinking it was the towel. That's how effed up he was. And clearly he was doing this on a nightly basis. He always used to hint in his bigger by the day and then smaller by the day and whatever. He always used to hint. If he'd say to the camera, he said, if you guys knew the other stuff that we don't film, and that was the other stuff that they didn't film. Uppers, downers. They was just filming the active part. But there was the other part of his life that he wasn't filming, and that was pretty dark. So that emerged. She took a lot of flack for that also, because she was taking a lot of flack anyway. So she thought, what the F? I'm going to release this. So that video is still out there somewhere. Then an audio tape emerged, because there's people. He always talked about how he made his money, because if you go and research him, let's see if we've lost everybody.
No.
20 people. We're actually gaining people. Not talking about boxing. Okay, so so you go figure. So then an audio tape emerges now. So the audio tape is, once again, people suspect it was released by Sarah. The audio tape comes out, and it's basically him absolutely losing his shizzle with her in the car. He's talking to her brutally. Saying, you deserve, you sit there. I think I can do his voice. Let's try it. You sit there. We watch TV together, because obviously she's recording him on her phone, the recording function. You sit there. You have the audacity. And the thing about it is, in his rage, he was so articulate. He was in a blind rage, but yet I found myself thinking, damn, this guy is really well spoken, because he's angry as F. But he was so articulate in his rage. I thought that's an articulate guy. You sit there.
Unless he practiced it in his head beforehand.
Well, no, he was always a reasonably well spoken. He was always a reasonably well spoken guy. But what struck me was that he was in a blind rage, and he just expressed himself so bloody well. I mean, when you're in a rage, it's difficult to express yourself sometimes. But this guy was, I rarely get in blind rages. I'm more cool. I'm calm. So even if I'm angry, I can still express myself very well. But he's in a blind rage. You know, he could put his fist through the windscreen. That's how angry he was. And he was just so articulate. He said, you have the audacity. He stumbles every now and then, but he's still good. You have the audacity. Anyway, you have the audacity. We watching TV and you have the audacity to say, look at those people. Don't look at those people. Look at you. Look at you. You are the you're the mother effer. You're the mother effer. I gotta keep then things start to get real. He says, because you remember, he shows you his wads of cash. He'll pull out a wad of cash. He says, I can't trust you. I gotta walk around with my money in my pocket. I can't put money down because you steal from me. You and your mother, you stole. Turns out she stole some drugs off him and sold them to one of his friends.
Well, how much is it worth?
How much is that shit worth? Well, okay. Well, let's get deeper into it. It turns out that, boy, I'm gonna have to put this title. I'm gonna have to put his name in the hashtags in the title for this because people who are interested are gonna love this. It turns out. Oh yeah, because I skipped from subject to subject. Okay, so there was always speculation and talk about how he made his money, and people found it strange, me included, that I bought it at first. At first, I bought it because he always had he had a fleet of cars. He had a fleet of cars. He had a house with a swimming pool in there, 2 pit bulls swimming in his swimming pools with 2 pit bulls, a fleet of cars on the outside, and people going, how the hell did this guy make money? Because he was a failed bodybuilder. I shouldn't say that because he had moderate success locally on the local California circuit. But he's effectively, he never made it national. He was effectively a failed bodybuilder, which Piana and Sara. He was a failed bodybuilder and living in a plush house with a fleet in California with a fleet of cars outside. He's saying, how did this guy make his money? Because he just popped up. There's a company, I'm not going to name them, there's a supplement company who just liked his image, and they said, damn, we're going to use him. Freaking hell. Who did that to her? I don't know, I shouldn't show that one because I can't remember who did that to her. Oh, they're saying that Rich Piana exposed Sara as a meth addict, but whatever she was addicted to, he was addicted to anyway. So that was a smear campaign. Because he looked more of an addict than she was. She was calm and collected. He looked like he was more of whatever than she was. So anyway, so people wondering how the hell did he? Can I make that bigger? No, I just messed it up. People are saying, how the hell did he make that money? And then it turns out they're in the car. It turns out that the man had been a dealer all this time. He was talking about, oh yeah, I invested in, well, you know, when I was 20, I got a little bit of money from my grandmother when she passed away, and I bought a house and then rented it out down in Texas. And then I bought another house and then another one. And then so now I've got, you know, like 15, 20 houses, rent them out in Texas. And then I did an advert for Coke or Dr. Pepsi. He's actually in the old Dr. Pepsi advert. And I got about 50,000 for that. And, you know, I met somebody because he was a personal trainer in California, NorCal. And then I met somebody doing personal training and said, hey, why don't you start playing the market? So, you know, I started playing the market and investing and, you know, day trading. So you put a bit of money here and it sounded not plausible enough at first. And they think, nah, the guy's BSing us here. He's BSing us. So there's always a little element of BS, but you couldn't prove anything. Then with this tape, and then there's a rumor that he was the guy for certain people. And he had been the guy for like decades. That's how he made money.
What was the commodity that he sold? If you know what I'm getting at.
The thing that he sold is the thing that he used.
Oh, right. You must have been selling a lot.
well, I mean, you got to look at the markup as well. So And plus, you got to look at who his circle of friends were.
Mm-hmm.
And then, obviously, he's not going to be doing one person per time. His friends are going to say, well, give me a box of that.
So when did it come out that he was doing all this after his death?
After he died, yeah, after he passed away. Because in the car, this audio tape, as he's slagging her off harshly. I can't even remember the root of why I was slagging off. I think it was the stolen things she was stealing money from him. She was stealing some of his merchandise from him. And then he stops the car. Periodically, he'll stop the car and he go, yeah. So you want, how much do you want 5 of those? Oh yeah, you still owe me for the, no, you paid me for the other ones, yeah? And he's actually in the car doing deals with people. Going from place to place, dropping stuff off, taking the money for it, and then saying, yeah, man, cool, yeah, I'll catch you next time, yeah? And they say, yeah. Close the car door. And he goes, I cannot believe you.
So he puts it on pause while he's doing his business.
Yeah. He puts it on pause.
And then he goes back into a rage.
And then he goes right back into it. He pulls up the car, you hear the car pull up, and you hear the window go down. And he goes, yeah, man, how you doing, bro? How you doing? Yeah. So how much do you want? You want 10 of those, 5 of those, and 10 of these. Yeah, okay. Did you pay me for? No, you paid me for the other one. Yeah, cool. Okay, yeah, man. And then they don't say the price because they've already prearranged that on the phone, no doubt. And so you have the transaction. Yeah, there you go. And there's And you go, okay, yeah, is that all there? Yeah, cool. You go, yeah, man. See you later. Yeah, cool. Wind the window. You're doing it. I cannot believe you. It is crazy, man. It is crazy because like they're in this little cult circle. They're celebrities in that little cult circle, and the people that watch them, like me, I watched these Bigger by the program there. I didn't do none of it, but it was just entertainment for some people. You see what I'm saying? There's the marriage. There was the marriage. And I think the reason why this came up, the reason why this strand came up is because of Big Baby Miller, obviously. But other than that, hold on, let's just check to see. Have we lost people? Yeah, we lost a few, but still there. So what's going on in the chat now? Let me follow this. Let me see what's going on. Yeah, yes, Ahmed. Yes, I see you. So the thing with this lady here was that she was she looked great and fine and slim and what have you, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
But then now, if you see a picture of her now, I can't remember her surname. She's got an Instagram, Sara Ice Queen. Let's go into another thing, Sara. And he used to comment, because I think we're talking about what happens when you finish. He used to comment about how much she eat. They'd go to they love Ben and Jerry's because the things he was taking meant that you burnt up. Your metabolism was on speed almost, and it literally was, and you burnt up stuff. So what happened is that she was eating a lot of the stuff that he was eating. He said, I've never seen a woman eat so much, and look at her, look how great she looks. Let's look. let's look, Sara Ice Queen. I should just put Sara Piana, really. Don't know if this is gonna. Okay. So these are images, and you're not gonna see. This is how she used to look.
Damn.
Yeah. Exactly. Damn. But you're not gonna see how she looks now. I bet we don't see how she looks now. That's how she used to look.
Yeah, I think she's enhanced.
Yeah, I think she is.
Just a bit.
That's how she. What the hell?
That's too much.
That's too much. You don't. That's too much.
Especially when you're that lean.
Yeah. 100%. There, she's a bit softer, a bit more natural.
Mm-hmm.
There is her when she was competing.
She's gonna be under 10% body fat there.
Oh, definitely. Oh yeah. I didn't think we'd find this. Now this is how she looks.
Oh.
But that's a good picture. That's a good. If you see, she's actually got fat.
Yeah, but she looks better for it. She's still got. No, what I'm saying is, look at her waist. Well, you can't really see it from that shot, but
I think
you
that
see.
shot's deceiving. I think
Well,
the
she
waist
got a flat stomach there, even though her booty's looking bigger.
I don't think she really got a flat stomach though.
No,
because you don't see many. She doesn't release because I follow her on Instagram. I don't go on Instagram very much, but I followed her because just in the aftermath to what she was saying some crazy things. She started calling herself Sara Piana, which I don't think she did that. Yeah, she dropped his name when they're separated, and as soon as he died, she started coming out with these stories like, oh my gosh, I feel so bad. And by the way, my name's Sara Piana now. I've changed my name back to Sara Piana, even though it was with another woman who's previous to her. So you could see there was a Jenny Sushi type movements being made, and then the fans went absolute nuts on her ass. Well, that's an unfortunate term. Fans went nuts on her, and then she stopped posting about him and changed and stopped calling herself Piana again. And then she started posting old pictures. And then when she ran out of old pictures, she said, "This is how I look now." And she started releasing a couple of these pictures, but always from certain angles. Look at the thickness of the forearms.
Yeah.
She got Popeye-like forearms, and I think she's sucking the belly in there.
Look at the face. She's got more weight in the face, even though
more weight in the face. But
she's trying to make her face look slim there by the way she's posing.
Yes.
Pouting, I should say. Sorry.
Yes, sucking the cheeks in, pouting out. So this is an exceptionally flattering picture of her in a fat state, because if she moved the arm out of the way and turned around and breathed out or breathed in, then it'd be different. Do you see what I'm saying? So this is the most flattering picture she could possibly get. She's actually fat now. Now, I'm not trying to fat shame. I'm just saying she looks nothing like that.
You gorgeous.
Actually, that's the old girlfriend. This is her. She looks nothing like this. So in those days, when she was eating all that food and those ice creams and whatnot, and he used to say, "Wow, she's just genetically gifted." She wasn't genetically gifted. She was taking some things which meant that she could burn off whatever she took in. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, was it fat burners they were taking?
No. Definitely not fat burners.
The juice or whatever it was.
Well, a little bit of that, but the uppers, speed and what have you.
Yeah, the amphetamines.
Yeah. You never see a fat. It's very rare you see a fat junkie. See what I'm saying? If you're a fat junkie, you've got a serious eating problem, because they're always moving around, jittery and whatnot, and then they're trained as well.
Yeah.
He's not trained, so they use that jittery energy that the junkies have. They use that in the gym. I don't see why they blurred out the thing and she's wearing a bikini. That makes
those biceps.
Yeah. But this is with chemical assistance, not necessarily so much juice, but the uppers kind of speed up your metabolism, and a little bit of the powder for the nose.
No doubt.
Yeah, and it speeds up the metabolism, and so really it's cutting fat. I mean, she's probably very skinny there, so if you put her next to a normal woman, she'd look like a stick. But because the fat's cut off the body, this is the result. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that body fat, that looks like she's just about to enter competition. She looks like 68% body fat.
6 to 8. Oh, that's some different people. Yeah, so the Jarrell Big Baby Miller thing led us to this point. Oh yeah, then we got on to Greg Valentino. Led us to that point. And what time is it now? It is stop sharing. It's stop sharing time. And it's going into the chat time. Boom. What have we got going on here? What have we got going on here? And how many people are watching? Okay. Did people smash? How many moderators other than Tommy asked people to smash? Let's go through. Smack it. Ped did say it. How many Ped? How many moderators are here other than Tommy? Oh, it's just Ped.
Yeah, I think Leighton's gone part-time.
Yeah, for real. For real. For real. Yeah, we need to remind the people to smash the thing. We need to remind the people to smash the thing. Loma King says she mint. They're the best. What are people saying? Let's go through. Raph the hero. Red Glove Militant, thank you. I don't know why. He was subscribed to Playboy magazine in case of the aftermath, so we wouldn't have to. Who's this? Crystal Meth? Yeah. That's a part of it. When have you ever seen a fat meth head? But I think they controlled the usage. Well, clearly not. He died, didn't he? But I don't. Meth heads, they normally lose their teeth and their skin go bad. I think they just. She kind of controlled it better than him, it seems. But then she got the rap for being the druggie. But he was clearly the bigger druggie than her. He was clearly the bigger druggie than her. You know, she lived. She lived, came off the shit, got fat, and he passed away. Do you know what I'm saying? He passed away. I would love to play. I'm gonna love playing this thing back to find out how the hell Shiz Biz up in the building. Red Glove Militant up in the building. I'm gonna love playing this back to find out how the hell. Ped says, damn, Rich was huge. Great Valentino. I'm gonna love to play this back and find out how we ended up down this Rich Piana rabbit hole. But he was truly a phenomenon. He was
Baby Miller.
Baby Miller who got us here. It was Baby Miller who got us here. Baby Miller, though, he's East Coast, Rich West Coast. California, yay. California, yay. So, we only got through half of our topics, but that is all. But that is all cool and the gang. You know, we talk about stuff here. Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio is not just about boxing, it's about life itself. Okay, so it's the, wait till the music cranks up. Georgie Porgy. Yes, Georgie. It's good to have you in here, bro. We're just shutting down shop. We just done a little bit of stock taking, and we just rolling down the blinders, rolling down the metal shutters. You know, it's the Georgie Porgy, it's the Red Glove Militant, it's the Peds, it's the Loma King, it's the Red Glove. I already said that. It's the AOBZ. It's the Get This Smoke Still Can't Figure Out the Google Hangouts. That invitation was sent some time ago, my man. Just do a video instructional. Just go on YouTube, and maybe I should make one. Go on YouTube and just research Google Hangouts, my man. It's easy when you know how. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I don't know why I said that. It's the KRO. Who else we got in here? Big Boys Boxing came in the house while we were talking about bodybuilding. I hope he doesn't report us to the rest of the YT, the YouTube boxing community. We're talking about Rich Piana, my friend. Talking about Rich Piana. And Big Baby Jarrell Miller led us there. Okay, Shiz Biz. Arab Segumta Palumba. Pablo Diablo. Yeah, but you left the Pablo. No, you didn't. You got the Pablo in there. It's the Loma King. It's the Red Cliff. Rumors that Lee Selby versus Broner at 147 in October. How does Selby beat a what? How does Selby beat a broken Broner? That was a good question. We were talking about Rich Piana. We missed that. Fury will probably outbox Miller. Whatever Shizzle is taking, let's be honest. Who says that? KRO? I don't know. That guy Miller was like a little tank. It was like a baby elephant. You ever tried to fight a baby elephant? Yes, John Daly was in the house. Toby Bartlett was in the house. And many, many more. Many more. My dank name folder. Oh, that was a band guy. That was one of the band guy. I don't think that was Whole Money. I don't think that was Whole Money. Get This Smoke was in the building. Aaron Mason was in the building. Yeah, Big Unit earlier on. AA Boxing and Blunts. And that was the host. That was who's this? Rendell Stevenson, excuse me. Rendell Stevenson joined us lately. But hey, better late than never, Rendell. I hope everybody who's just joined us has smashed the like button before you leave. A man from overseas once told me it's good for visibility. And with me, who joined me tonight, the man who joined me tonight was Tommy Temper. Tommy Temper, your final words for the people.
Final words, don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs, people. Live a long, healthy life. Au natural. Just take your herbs and spices and live clean, baby. Live clean, just like Georgie Porgy. Just like Georgie Porgy. It's the Raphael Dawkins. It's the Combat Radio. It's the like. It's the subscribes. It's the comments. It's the shares. It's the being together to talk about boxing and more. Live boxing talk with Raphie. Me, joined by Tommy Temper, and you guys. Have a blessed night, blessed evening, blessed day, blessed weekend. You know the rest. We are out.
Peace out.
Blessed.